A documentary is any non-fiction video or film that informs viewer about a real-life topic, person, event, or issue. Information about things that aren't well known can be found in some documentary films. Others tell stories about important people. Others try to get the audience to agree with them. Filming a documentary can be a lot of work. There are some tips on how to make a documentary film. So, we are going to watch about the how to create a good documentary film.
Method 1. Writing and development. First is choose a worthy topic.
Your documentary should be worthy of your audience's time. Make sure your topic isn't something mundane or universally agreed upon. Try instead to focus on subjects that are controversial or not well known. Step 2. Find a topic you are interested in that will also be engaging and enlightening for your audience. A good topic can do wonders. Many documentaries are about controversial social issues. Make sure you pick a subject with the potential to hold an audience's attention.
Step 3. Give your film a purpose.
Good documentaries almost always have a point. A good documentary may ask a question about the way our society operates. Even documentaries about events that happened far in the past can draw connections to the world today.
Step 4. Research your topic.
Learn as much as you can about the subject and scope out the landscape to see if there is already a documentary or media project out there. Narrowly focused documentaries are often easier to film and sometimes easier to make compelling to an audience.
Finally, write an outline.
In the outline process, you should also explore the conflict and drama that you will need to keep the story alive as it unspools. This is very handy for project direction and possible funders. The outline also gives you an idea of story, as your project must be story.
Method 2. Staff, techniques and scheduling. First is recruit a staff, if necessary.
It's entirely possible for one person to research, plan, shoot, and edit a documentary by themselves. Many may find this one person, one camera approach to be exceedingly difficult or to result in amateurish, unpolished footage. Consider hiring or recruiting experienced help for. Step 2. When hiring or recruiting your team, look for people who share similar values when it comes to the subject matter of the documentary. Always confer with your camera op and other creative folks involved in the documentary. This helps make your docs a collaborative effort, with a shared vision. Also consider hiring young up-and-coming crew who are inspired and in touch with markets.
Step 3. Learn basic filmmaking techniques.
Documentary filmmakers should understand how films are produced, staged, shot, and edited. Many colleges and universities offer filmmaking courses. You can also get practical experience by working around film sets.
Step 4. Get equipment.
Try to use the best quality media available, high-end cameras etc. Beg or borrow equipment you can't otherwise afford. And use your contacts to get access to subjects and equipment.
Finally, organize, outline, and schedule your shooting.
Having a plan ahead of time will give you extra time to schedule interviews, work around scheduling conflicts, etc. You don't necessarily need to know exactly how your documentary is going to come together before you start shooting. However, you should definitely have a plan before you started shooting.
Method 3. Shooting a documentary. First is interview relevant people.
Many documentaries devote much of their running time to one-on-one interviews with people who are knowledgeable about the subject of the documentary. Pick a selection of relevant people to interview and collect as much footage as you can from these interviews. Grab B-roll whenever possible. Get shots of.
Step 2. Get live footage of relevant events.
Documentary films allow the director to show the audience real footage of actual real-life events. Film events that support your documentary's viewpoint. Get in touch with agencies or people who have historical footage to get permission.
Step 3. Film establishing shots.
There are often shots leading into interviews that establish a mood or show where the interview is taking place by showing the outside of the building, the city skyline, etc. These are called establishing shots, and they're a small but important part of your documentary.
Step 4. Film B-roll.
In addition to establishing shots, you'll also want to get secondary footage called B-roll. This can be footage of important objects, interesting processes, or stock footage of historical events. B-roll is especially important if your documentary will make use of extensive voiceover narration.
Step 5. Shoot dramatic recreations.
If there's no real-life footage of an event your documentary discusses, it's acceptable to use actors to recreate the event for your camera. Be reasonable with what you film as a dramatic recreation. Make sure that whatever you commit to film is grounded in reality.
Finally, keep a diary.
As you film your documentary, keep a diary of how the filming went each day. Include any mistakes you made as well as any unexpected surprises you encountered. If an interview subject said something that makes you want to pursue a new angle, note this.
Method 4. Assembling and sharing.
First is make a new outline for your finished film. Make a detailed shot-by-shot outline to guide the editing process. Provide a coherent narrative for the audience to follow. Showcase the most interesting footage, while cutting anything that seems meandering or pointless.
Step 2. Record a voiceover.
Many documentaries use audio narration as a running thread throughout the film. You can record a voiceover yourself, enlist the help of a friend, or even hire a professional voice actor. Make sure your narration is clear, concise, and understandable.
Step 3. Create graphical, animated inserts.
Some documentaries use static or animated graphics to convey facts, figures, and statistics. A good rule of thumb is to, whenever possible, show, not tell.
Step 4. Think music, original, as you are in production.
Try to employ local musicians and musical talent in your projects. Avoid copyrighted music by creating your own. Or, you can find music on a public domain site or from a musician willing to share their talents.
Finally, edit your film.
Use a commercial editing program to assemble your footage into a coherent film. Remove everything that doesn't logically fit into the theme of your film. Take your time during the editing process, allow yourself plenty of time.
Method 5. Testing, marketing and screening. First is do a screening.
After you've edited your film, you'll probably want to share it. Show your movie to someone you know. This can be a parent, a friend, or someone else whose opinion you trust. Then market your project as broadly as possible.
Step 2. Spread the word.
When your film is exactly how you want it, it's time to show it off. Invite your friends and family over to watch the final cut and meet the director. You can even upload your movie to a free streaming site like YouTube.
Step 3. Take your documentary on the road.
If you think you have a top-notch documentary on your hands, you should try to give it a theatrical release. Look for festivals near where you live. Often, these will be in large cities, but some are occasionally held in smaller towns.
Step 4. Get inspired.
Documentaries offer filmmakers a rare chance to change the world in a very real way. A great documentary can illuminate an oft-ignored societal problem, change the way certain people and events are perceived, and even lead to changes in the way society operates.
Finally, as a last word, enjoy the process.
It is a creative experience and you will learn from your mistakes.
We hope it is useful to you. Please subscribe to our channel to upskill yourself.